It's not every day you come across an organisation that does really important work, but also has a lot of fun doing it. Especially if your idea of fun is traipsing through the jungles of the Peruvian Amazon. But that's exactly what Project Amazonas has been able to achieve. In this very first episode of Protect the World, we take you on a tour of their organisation and the incredible work that they do. Project Amazonas is a Peruvian not-for-profit that blends ecotourism and humanitarianism, with a sprinkling of science for good measure. They run tropical tours for wildlife enthusiasts and host a variety of scientists and students at their 2 rainforest research stations. But their primary focus is the medical service trips, which they've been delivering for decades to some of the most remote communities on the planet. I was lucky enough to join one of their tropical fish expeditions and then spend some time at Santa Cruz Forest Reserve, where I sat down with Devin Graham, President and Scientific Director of Project Amazonas, to discuss the organisation's history and its ongoing work today. Project Amazonas has its origins in an ecotourism company called Margarita Tours, who transitioned to the name MT Amazon Expeditions because people thought they ran drinking trips. But the tour company still plays a vital role in the work that Project Amazonas does today.
So from the get-go, Margarita Tours, or MT Amazon Expeditions, has basically been a funding source for the nonprofit organization. Yep. And we still operate that way. So we bring people down with as in the role of ecotourists, but the proceeds from that go towards funding the educational projects, the medical projects, the maintenance of the field stations, which are used by various researchers. We try and get Peruvian students out here on a regular basis because they don't have a lot of opportunity to get into the field. And it's a thoroughly nepotistic and beneficial relationship, so we make no apologies for it.
Today, Project Amazonas conducts between 8 and 10 medical trips a year, servicing more than 70 indigenous communities in the remote Peruvian Amazon. Naturally, however, building trust is a slow process.
You know, the first year you show up on a river, everybody's kind of like suspicious, and it's like, who are you? What religion are you trying to convert us to? Why are you here? There's all sorts of rumors about pelacares, organ harvesters, and things like that. You know, gringos that show up with white coolers full of medical gear and whatnot, which is exactly what we were doing. Yeah. But, you know, the second year you show up again, the same community, and they kind of go, oh, you're back. We didn't think we'd ever see you again. Yeah. And then the third year you show up, and it's like they're kind of looking at their watch. It's like, weren't you supposed to be here last week? You know, so.
Devin particularly emphasizes the importance of the Project Amazonas crew in building connections with the communities they work with.
But you know, a lot of the contact with these communities is through our crew, who are all Peruvian. And they have really, really great rapport with the local people. You know, they know all the local slang, the local legends, local lore. I mean, they are really the true icebreakers. And then we always have Peruvian doctor, Peruvian dentist, a Peruvian student or two along on the medical trips. So they really help, you know, smooth the way and break the ice with communities.
In addition to the general checkups that the medical trips provide, the team occasionally has to respond to more urgent scenarios, where trust and effective communication can mean the difference between life and death.
In one case a few years back, we just happened to stop at a community, and there was like a 9-year-old kid with sepsis in the leg. I mean, the leg was just massively swollen. He'd fallen out of a tree and broken it. And the grandparents, the parents were not present, the grandparents were there, and they did not want to send him to a clinic because they thought that the leg would be amputated and then he'd be a cripple for life. And, the fact of the matter is that if he didn't get to a hospital immediately, he would have died. So we managed to persuade them to let us take him to a clinic, and they put him on massive antibiotic drip and whatnot, and saved both the leg and the kid.
Devin understands that the key to building trust with communities lies in maintaining a human-centered approach without ulterior motives.
It's like, okay, yeah, we're not here to convert them to X, Y, or Z religion. We're not here to harvest organs. It's like, we're not here to preach values or, philosophies. And, a lot of our medical volunteers come from multiple backgrounds. I mean, Christian, atheist, Muslim, Hindu, whatever, we don't care. It's not our business. It's not what we're here for. So it's just, how can we help?
From their pristine rainforest research stations, which host world-class eco-tours, to their life-saving medical trips deep into the Peruvian Amazon, Project Amazonas highlights that one of the key pillars of environmental conservation lies in protecting the people who know that environment best. By striving to improve the lives of the indigenous communities they work with, and learning from the intimate knowledge that they have of the rainforest, Devin and his team are working to ensure that the spectacular jungles of the Amazon continue to be a place that all of humanity can share. Thanks for tuning in to our first ever episode of Protect the World. Over the next 6 months, and hopefully longer, we're going to be profiling plenty of fantastic not-for-profit organisations. If you'd like to help me tell their stories, or you'd like to contribute financially to the work that they do, you can sign up to our brand new Patreon via the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching.